Welcome back to Iron KZN. Today we're in Nottingham Road in the Kwazulu Natal Midlands, where we're visiting a couple of businesses in the area. Our next stop on this stretch of road is the Fordoun Hotel and Spa, which managed to break even with just 6 months in operation. A part of the attraction at the hotel are the Ndlovu products, which were created from plants used by resident traditional healer Ndlovu.
Those staying here have deep pockets. Fordoun was initially a farm, but in order to remain sustainable, it had to grow and buy more land. 9 years ago, owner John Bates decided he would build a 5-star hotel instead. His son, Richard Bates, says careful research had to be done.
We saw a niche in the market for something upper echelon. We weren't necessarily looking for 5-star, but there's a lot of accommodation in the Midlands, bed and breakfast, hotels. But nothing, not nothing, a couple of places that are sort of 5-star upper echelon, but we thought that that's where the gap was. We thought location, we were very good, but part of the soul and the sense of place with regards to the Midlands is the whole country feel. So it was essential that we hold on to as much of that as we could.
With the incorporation of that, the Bates family saw the need to include a Zulu traditional healer in the spa. This is something that had not really been tested in the region.
We feel that we're a spa in Africa. We're also a spa which offers holistic treatments, like we do energy balancing, and we do far more than just massage and facials and that sort of thing. You don't get many spas which offer the sort of thing that we can do with our traditional African healer. And in many ways, he's rather like an African version of our energy healer. We want to encourage that. And whilst you get a lot of energy healers that are famous, like from the Far East or the Middle East, you just don't have the same respect yet for African healing.
With the incorporation of Ndlovu as a healer in the spa, Fordoun also took some of his medicinal plants and turned them into different types of tea which were offered at the hotel. Other plants have been turned into products and creams that are used as massage oils, body lotions and other skin products. Some unique treatments at Fordoun use these products too. These plants are grown at a garden in Fordoun, where Ndlovu also has consulting rooms.
The plants that we grow here, they make cosmetic product, body butter, shower gel, massage oils. We've got 2 different kinds of massage oils. One from the Leonatis, one from the Artemisa. They use it there at the spa. And we've got some body scrub also coming from African potato. We've got, different products there, which they're using at the spa.
Owner Richard Bates says most South Africans who frequent the spa are skeptics of products made from African plants used by Ndlovu. But the products, called Ndlovu are growing in popularity nonetheless, especially with their international clients.
We've got quite a few clients that will phone through and then we'll actually need to post products to them, which shows that it is quite a popular brand. It's nowhere else but here, but we are willing to do postage and send it out to them.
Fordoun feels its African theme, whether in rooms or the spa, is essential in order to properly incorporate the Kwazulu Natal Midlands, its cultures and its people to the work done here. This is also important to the development of the indigenous methods of the people in this area. Those methods had to be current and not offer primitive Africa, which doesn't exist here anymore.
It was very important that we weren't quiche, and we didn't want a whole lot of people running around with sort of lion cloth and assegais and shields and all the rest, and trying to do what is Africa, 100 years ago. I think for us, the best way for us to do it was through the earth and through indigenous plants, which we know now, and at the time we had a good idea, have healing abilities, and the plants themselves have been used for generations now.
For skeptics, Ndlovu products aren't the only ones on offer here. There are other treatments which use other products.
We offer a variety of treatments. We've got our own signature treatments. A lot of them do use Ndlovu product, which is our main aim. But we've got massages, facials, waxing, manicures, pedicures, the whole works, as well as water treatments.
The need for such a 5-star hotel and spa in the area was seen, with Fordoun managing to break even in just 6 months. The loan to build a hotel could then be repaid in only 4 years. The Bates family says this was a huge surprise to them, as they were new in the hospitality industry. But they say it's their service that's proven to be the best marketing tool.
There was word of mouth that got out and about, and we just picked up business. You know, we went from like 20% to 30% to 40%. And after that first 6 months, we were closer to 70%, and we've always stayed around about between 65 and 85% occupancy.
Our best marketers would be the people that came and stayed with us. And we found that we've been very well supported by the domestic South Africans, especially Kwazulu Natal, people from KZN, and they do say that when you market from the inside out.
The fact that there is an African traditional Hila, Nguni and Sotho-themed rooms have helped too. The Drakensberg Mountains in the distance offer a spectacular view for those who want to get away from the busy city lives.
I think the fact that we've got an African side has certainly helped us from a marketing point of view, and the fact that the African side is real and it works is very important as well. So we've been able to create a little bit of a unique reputation.
Fordoun continues to grow. The hotel plans to offer a 5-star farm experience for families from the city. Just next door to where the current hotel is, there will be houses converted to a farmyard, which can be visited by families who want to show their children where the meat and dairy that ends up on their tables comes from, but has no plans to grow beyond that.
We've got 3 different tiers of rooms. The original rooms were built out of the old farmyard and converted, and some of the rooms date back to buildings that were built in 1850s by the original settler, who was a guy called William Taylor, and they were put together with mud and lime and sand and stone. So we had to take it all apart and put it back together with insulation, and those rooms are either luxury rooms, which are our lowest tier, or deluxe rooms, and so we had 2 different tiers beforehand. We've tried to make those rooms extremely comfortable, of course, and they're all different. They all have a different personality. They all have a different theme. We try and have a theme that links to the area as much as possible, or to a story from the area. What happened was we always try and put any money that we make back into the hotel when we do make it, and we decided that we'd build 5 new rooms. We'd make them nicer than any of the rooms that we've currently got, and take advantage of the beautiful views that are on the hill just behind the original farmyard. So we've got our top tier now, which is our superior mountain view rooms, which have panoramic views of the Drakensberg Mountains, and yeah, they're very popular. They're obviously a little bit more expensive, but it's added a different element to what we do here. Our motivation is not to become huge. We feel that it would be a threat to our business. It might work, but we probably won't be living here anymore. We might be living in Joburg or Durban and have an office there and marketing from there. And so we'll keep it the way it is, and the business, the prospects are looking optimistic.
They feel their methods have worked so far and will result in further growth for them.
After hearing about the popularity of the Ndlovu products, I decided to take off my formal clothes and put on a pair of jeans and visited Ndlovu in his consulting rooms here at Fordoun. We chatted about his work as an African traditional healer in a modern world. Hello and welcome to KZN. Could you tell us how you started as an African traditional healer?
Basically, I started to be a traditional healer. It was in 1990, because before that I was working at Moreover Textile. That's where my ancestors took me out from Moreover Textile and forced me to become a traditional healer, at home. After I left school, it was in 1979 when I left the school, and I came home. I was schooling at Timpande High School in Upper Pietermaritzburg. Then during those years I came home because of the problem that I was facing at school. Well, I told my parents that no, I can't continue to school because of my ancestors' problem, so they accepted me, they supported me. I tried to get some employment for these years, which I got a job at Moore River. And that Moore River I couldn't success because all the time my ancestors were behind me.
You have a garden here at Fordoun. Tell us about the plants that you grow in your garden.
I got some other couples of plants, which we have identified from ancestors that these are the products, these are plants are good for the product making, which we got cosmetic product here. It's a very nice good trend that we got. So here from our garden we got Artemisia effra, which in Afrikaans they call it Velde As or Wemut. We call it Mhlonyana in Zulu, and we also called Lonalis lonalis, which is called Waldaga. We call it one Utwala Benyon. And we got also called as a African potato, which is Hypoxis hemicarita. They call it Ilabatega or Izamban. And we also called what we call it Impepo. Impepo, there are about close to 100 different Impepo, which is Helichrysum, There are about more than close to 100 Helichrysum species. But here we got only one, which is Helichrysum splendidum. And we got also Helichrysum krausi.
The plants that you are using when consulting and the plants that you are using when you are giving people therapies in the spa,
Yes.
Are they similar?
Not similar, because the plants that we grow here, they make cosmetic product, body butter, shower gel, massage oils. We got two different kinds of massage oils. One from the Lonatis, one from the Artemisia. They use it there at the spa. And we got some body scrub also coming from African potato. We got, different products there, which they're using at the spa.
You've also traveled the world. How did those travels come about?
Well, my first travel was to London, to the Chelsea Flower Show, where I was also going to represent South Africa about the use of traditional herbs, to identify them there and also to explain them from the Chelsea Flower Show. The time, it was 1997. Because afterwards, the former president Mbeki visited home for 2 days, whereby Mr. Mandela was supposed to visit me, but Mandela was out of the time, and Mbeki was forced to come and visit me. And also the second traveling was also to that International Congress of Ethnobotany. It was the University of Naples in Napoli. And also the third one was also the Oscars in Los Angeles. That one was also exciting but the first time how it started also, I remember the lady that came here from Canaras Inn, She traveled all the different places in Africa, looking someone doing similarly to what I'm doing, Nigeria, etc. Other places. When she came here in South Africa, she went to Cape Town and she went to Soweto. When she came here in Kwazulu Natal, I gave her a consultation here. In the middle of the consultation, I consulted her and said, you know what? We've been traveling all along, looking for someone doing exactly what we are looking. But I want to tell you that at last, you got that man we are looking. It's me. And he said, Elliot, you're quite correct.
Your message to skeptics, and what do you think the future is like for African traditional healing?
Well, what I want to say, there's a big future on the African traditional healing, because what is scaring me in Africa or in South Africa, that we got a lot of problems about the job creation. But when you look at the African herbs, it's got a huge potential, If we can propagate them like as if what we're doing here, propagating them, saving the nature, not going and strip them from the wild, and create some job. We can have the growers. We can have people selling there from the street, We can make different things, because afterwards, at home, what we can do, we can create our own botanicals where people can come and do some picnic, people having some waiting venue there, etc., and start our product range. Because what we're doing our product at Fordoun is something people can do it, and start their own business, etc.
How has Fordoun helped the business side of what you do?
Well, I've learned a lot of here at Fordoun, because I didn't grow with a business skill, But when it comes for product making, it's something that came from my ancestors. But I've learned a lot about business skill and all those things about be qualified on the African wisdom and Western wisdom correctly, because the way how I took it in my own way. But with the intermix of the Fordoun people and myself, we have gone a long field.
Mr. Ndlovu, thank you very much for joining us here on Ion KZN. That's our Eye on KZN for today. From me and the rest of the team here in Nottingham Road in the Kwazulu Natal Midlands, thank you very much for joining us. Have a good one.